Hello, folks. This is Arthur Manabat again. This is Alkaline Man, as they know me in the business. But this is my second video that it's funny when you talk to in front of a camera. It's like awkward at the same time, exciting, telling your story. And I told myself there's no right way or wrong way to do this. Anyway, initially I started thinking about doing the blog. I don't know if you guys saw my first video. I had a heart attack maybe 5 months ago. And today I will tell my story on how it started and the myth about heart attack from firsthand, a survivor again. So, just going back, I'm based in Riverside, California. It's about 60 miles east of Los Angeles. To my Filipino viewers, it's about 1 hour. And I also share this video on my Filipino channel, so I could speak my native dialect, I guess, Tagalog. But funny thing with my experience is like thinking back. I've been here 33 years as a family man, as an immigrant, as a marketing salesperson guy, and shall we say teacher or husband. Anyway, so along the way, I had my success and failure. I'm going to share that here too. So the reason I'm opening myself is because, for one thing, I've always been a believer. I don't think there's success without God. There isn't. It's just, But if nothing wrong with being not an atheist or everything, but I tell people you need to believe in something greater than you. So I will do a flashback on stuff when I started here in America, but right now let me focus on my heart attack. You will see a before the picture. I was in surgery, after surgery, and I'm here right now. Okay, so they say my case was unheard for. Okay. And the starting my story in 2019, when about February and March, when the cold season here in America started, there were like a lot of, flu, coughing, everybody's coughing. And I thought that it was just a congestion. So this is the myth that I'm going to share with you, because I never thought I was having a heart attack. Being and to think I have a medical background, because I had my pre-med, I'm a medical technologist. That's what I did before on my start here in Los Angeles. So I was coughing like God, like at night I can't sleep. Going about month and a half. So I was invited to a corporate office. I work for Magic USA. I work with Magic USA. So I was invited by a good friend of mine, Asar Bay and Mickey Wade. So to talk, so I did. And after the presentation, about an hour and a half, I felt like, really exhausted. I was sitting in the parking lot thinking like, okay. The following Saturday, I have my luncheon, executive luncheon that I hosted for 4 years in here in Riverside called Hibachi Grill. So I was going to do that. But because I was really don't feel good, so I asked my mentor, Mr. Daniel DeMacaulay, to do it for me. So like a true friend, a supporter, he did. But he told me he has a lot of guests. So I felt bad. I don't have to talk, so I had to sit down. But it made it worse. I went home. So the whole week I was like not really 100%, shall we say. So the following Saturday, I slept at 8 o'clock because I didn't feel good. At 1 o'clock, I still not get a position, I would say. I was tossing and turning. So I told my son, Joe, just bring me to the ER. You know, I want this congestion got out. I never thought, like, for a second that's more serious than that. So I figured they're going to do me an overnight torture vision. So I said, okay. So my son, being his poker face, he didn't show he was really that concerned. So I walked into the ER. My son told the receptionist, my dad is having a hard time to breathe. In 2 minutes, I was wheeled in a wheelchair. This guy, maybe about 23 years old, got me a EKG, tear up the paper, went in, and then within a minute, he was back. He reeled me into the ER, the table. And so all of a sudden, there was a dozen people working on me. And I was smiling. And I told those people, like, you guys are scaring me, guys. And then nobody told me what's happening. One guy gave me morphine. One guy put something on my tongue. And I found out it's nitroglycerin. And then a good-looking doctor, this is a tall doctor, walked in and said, you're having a heart attack. I said, no, I'm not. He said, yes, you are. Then at the corner of my eyes, I saw Joe looked at me and smiled. He was already talking to my son in Las Vegas. Poor guy heard that I was having a heart attack. Put a pants on, put in the car and drove. Okay, so anyway, they reeled me in. Here's the thing with the symptom. Because, watching the movie, they say, oh, if you have a heart attack, your left arm is going to tingle. It's different from anybody. From anybody, it's different. So it's like, the myth is like, you need to know yourself, your heart of breathing, and it doesn't mean that, the arm thing. No. I found that. I'm just lucky that I could walk into the emergency room and reminiscing. The reason I'm counting my lucky stars is because two of my friends for 40 years, way back in the Philippines, suffered a heart attack. But they sleep over the night. They never woke up. One was a year ago, and the other one 2 days before me. So I already know that he was already on the wake when I went in. So I guess subconsciously, that's one of the reasons too that I volunteered to go to the ER. So another note, if you feel something, the extraordinary, I don't care what it is, it's a headache or a fever, just go to the ER. It might save your life. It did me, okay? So, but I was just lucky because I lived in Corona before, right? It's about 15 minutes away from me where I live now, Riverside. I'm like borderline city. I'm used to that hospital. Normally I would go to that hospital because I'm used to it. But again, I thought it was nothing serious, so I went down the street. Lucky for me, Riverside Community Hospital is like the best heart hospital in my area. It's like Heart Center of the Philippines. If you're a Filipino, that. So I had the best care. So I walked in, and then they were like boom, boom, boom. After that, they reeled me in, did the angioplastic. They go to the groin, and that's how they found out on what your shall we say, exactly what's wrong with you, okay? Now, hold on to your hats. After that, the thing is, when they put that thing underneath your groin, right? You cannot bend your legs. So I know I like to toss and turn. So I told the nurses, can you put a sling so I don't move my arm? And I was complaining, but on my journey, I found this lady who's working for Walmart had two of them from the left and right groin. So why am I complaining about it? I said, really? So long story short, they found, so I was reeled in, bring me back to ICU. Then my chest stopped hurting, right? So I stopped hurting, so okay. This is, by the way, this is my Winnie the Pooh cup, okay? This is given to me by my wife. They say I'm a big teddy bear. So, good morning. I'm having my coffee. Anyway, so the thing was, I found out later that the angioplastic found 6 blockage. 6. And then what they did is when they put it in, they have to stuck it in there so it will block the artery on that part of the body so that the blood will not come in, so it's not supplying my heart. So it's not compensating for my 6 blockage. Make sense, right? So that's how it explained to me. Okay. So I had the best care and all professional. Funny thing is with hospital in America, about 50-60% of the care that I have was all Filipino. And they say that Filipinos were the most hard worker in the planet, and believe me, friends, that's the truth. And they have this kind of careness that I'm not taking anything away from that, but being my culture, I could really feel the care and connection, I guess. So anyway, but Mary is something special. He was the one that first got me. He's a white lady, but he explained to me how my surgery went. So I'm getting ahead of myself. So Sunday morning, about now afternoon, I got checked on, and finally my doctor, Dr. Rio, came in. Okay. I really knew that there's something special. Why? Because, like an athlete, I play basketball. You know, when you're playing, you could side up people that's really good and, shall we say, change the whole room. This guy is just like that, exactly like that. Okay? So, because you will see the nurses, standing a little straight up. That made me feel good. And then, good looking guy too. Okay, so he told me about the 6 blockage. Okay. And to top of that, they have to have a valve replacement. You know, your heart has 2 valves, so they have to replace that thing. So I was just listening, and my family was there, and they say, "Oh, by the way, you have 10 to 15% complication." So that's pretty good, right? 10, 15%. I found out, she said, no, that's really high. You should have at least 2 to 3. Well, because of my history, I guess, I have diabetes, I have high blood pressure, blah, 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 etc., etc. I'll go into that in details later, okay? So, I guess he saw it to my face. And then, there's a commercial in America like, is it okay? Just okay? So, when he saw that, he told me, don't worry. I'll get you through it. And he said that 3 times. Now, a word of thought to parents, to friends, to boss, sometimes a little encouragement or assurance does really takes you a long, long way. So with those words, don't worry, I'll get you through it. Well, they say Tuesday afternoon, come in and then prepare, and that was it, right? 2:30 in the afternoon, okay, because there's a surgery in the morning. So 2:30 I was preparing. And then Mary told me what to expect. So I'm telling you how it works, okay? The way she explained is so simple. It's like Thanksgiving, okay? Or in the Philippines, fiesta, okay? So somebody cooks, prepare the food, set the table, and the guests come. So the doctor comes, the doctor eats, and then after that, he leaves. Somebody will put away the table, fix everything. So that's my case. So simple, right? Okay. So came in 2:30. Guess how many hours of operation? What time did I left? I came in at 2:30. I came out 3 o'clock in the morning the following day. I thought what do you call that? My family thought I was a goner. I want to thank my friend who's staying with me. There's a couple and their kids, Bob and Jen Gridelli. They stayed with my family all through my operation. It meant a lot. But he was one of my good friends from business, so I just want to have a shout out on him. If they see this video, I never really thank them. And sometimes I get emotional thinking about it now. So anyway, but there's a funny part about this story that thinking right now it's put a smile on my face, but at that time it was not funny. I relieved, okay. Like me, I'm Filipino, sometimes the words, my she and he, mix up. So my kids will tell me, is she a guy or a girl? You keep saying she, okay, but it's an he. Because the Philippines, we don't have a she and he, okay? So I just want to clarify. So this guy was from India. They're polite. This is my anesthesiologist, right? So 3 o'clock came. My wife went down to the cafeteria with the Gridellis, I guess. So he was not there. So when they went down, when the guy, the anesthesiologist came, the first thing that he said coming from his mouth was, I apologize. And you could hear the room grasp. And then he said, oh, no. I apologize because your dad's okay. I just apologize because when they, the respiratory machine, they put you in, they sedate you and stuff. They take it out when you relax. So when they were taking it out, they knocked the tooth out of because it's ready loose. That's what he's apologizing. No, your dad's okay. I just knock out the tooth of your dad when we're taking out, it's ready loose and blah. So imagine if you were there, like, sign of relief. You can't get mad because, in a way, it's a relief, right? But I'm gonna kill that guy. If my wife was there, oh my goodness gracious, what do you think my wife will do? I apologize. So, I saw my family. You will see again the picture, the before and after. Okay, and then on 2 days after, you'll see another picture, and then me. I just apologize. I should like to put the picture where my son. I'm still learning this YouTube thing, so. But my 2 cents in the matter is like I'm Filipino. I don't know if you guys been to a Filipino party or whatever the food. Man, it's really crazy delicious, but it's deadly. So, living in America for 33 years, I gained to 355 pounds. I'm a big Filipino, guys. I'm about 6'3". I used to play basketball, college ball, and pro. And when I decided to migrate here in the States, so I live a charmed life. But because of my family, I decided to venture here. So that's 33 ago. So my waistline was 50. Okay, I was diabetes. I had blood pressure, everything. But when people say, "Art, what happened to you?" I always joke, "Well, it's the sign of good life." Truly is. But thinking back to people that procrastinate or say, it's okay to get the good life, but moderately. I tell people the only thing that I know about vegetables is in between an In-N-Out burger. That's the only vegetables and that's truly the truth. And when you go to a stage on me and then you think back, I could still have a good life, but with moderation. Meaning, but with my business right now, it practically saved my life. That's another story. Because I lost 107 pounds. It took away my diabetes and high blood pressure. And then, again, the next story goes is this. After the surgery, my rec reversed, and then I already stopped my medication because my body was healing because of I was taking this Kangen water, okay? So, and it's medical grade water. In a way, it's the only water you could take in the airplane anyway. I challenge anybody. You cannot take your water in the airplane, but I could take mine because it's medical grade. But thinking I was so confident in the product, I never forgot the whole thing. Because you need to balance it. Okay, that's why I'm sharing my story, so maybe I could say somebody think about it. That makes sense? All right. So I was still eating, the lechon, the kare-kare, and I was drinking my water. So it healed me, but I'm 61. Some people say, "You don't look 61." Yes, I am, but I'm 61. So that changed my life in a way that, because 90% of your body is water. So instead of me clogging up, it just helped me because I learned how to drink the healthiest water in the planet. I was there for the money, but it never occurred to me that it really saved my life. So, and that's the truth. And no hurt claim, no nothing. But I will dissect later on later videos why the water helped me. So, moving forward. So, here's the thing. I stopped my medication. But because of my history, precaution or insurance or whatever, they brought me back. No insulin, but they gave me insulin. I was in the hospital. 1-2 units. I said, why? We need it. I said, okay. When I came home, So I was drinking like 8 medication. Maybe 3 weeks ago, man, I was in bad shape because I was taking blood sugar medicine, high blood pressure medicine, heart medication, uh, arrhythmia medication, blah blah blah. Man, and then because of my background, I researched it. I was over medicated, folks. My blood pressure will go down like 101 to 60. Then I will palpitate like 140 beats per minute. And normally it's 75, just for information. And then my blood sugar will go to 60 with a heavy breakfast. So don't do what I'm doing, okay? So I already know. So I stopped my night medication for diabetes because my A1C was already 6. That's normal. So why am I taking this? So, but still, that extra medication in the morning was really messing me up. So, long story short, one day my wife Tracy told, let's go buy something. So I said, okay. So I showered, got down. By the time I went down, my palpitation was like, oh my goodness. I thought I'm having another heart attack. This time I could feel my heart boop, 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 boop. Shit like. So I rest. So finally, I took the arrhythmia medication. 3 o'clock didn't help. At 6 o'clock, I went to urgent care. And it was a bad decision. I should have went to the ER. Some urgent care, they just have physician assistant. That I think I know more about medicine than those guys, truly. So it was because, again, I don't want to spend another night in the hospital. You know, people don't like the hospital, but hey, I learned. So by the time I got into that, I was normal. So the following day, I went to see my doctor. And I had another attack, hypoglycemic. My blood pressure just dropped, man. So they thought they're going to call 911. So they gave me EKG, everything, right? And then they say, stop. It's a good thing I have some crackers and my can get water. By the time that the doctor see me, my blood sugar already went to 90. Imagine that. Oh, I had another experience. I had a attack. I was in Target. It's a grocery store here in America. I literally went into the refrigerator, drank a liter of orange juice because I felt so bad, you know. And the thing, I'm not used to that store, so I really had to look, and that made it worse. So, the doctor took all my medication out for the heart medication with a little blood sugar. I stopped my blood sugar, but he told me check my blood, and then if it's high, then take my thing. So that's what I'm doing now. So, why am I sharing this? Because in totality, if you're in medication or you're not in medication, listen to your body. And then balance it. I tell myself, I learned from my cardiac rehab nurses, anything that you eat and drink makes you healthy or makes you sick. Eating healthy is not going to be enough. And I tell people, 70% of your body is not vegetable. 70% of your body is not exercise, it's water. But then again, you have to balance it with exercise and stuff. Now, this is a survivor talking to you. So, take a look at it and mull on it if you want. But I will give you the science behind the water and then explore the journey with me on my second chapter of life because especially my bucket list. So I'm going to share crazy videos of what I do, how I got here, my sales experience. Right now, it's just my heart attack. And the lifestyle, the challenges, the blessing I had in my 33 years. Maybe I could, in my little way, we could learn from each other. See, right now I'm learning this thing. What do I know about YouTube, blogging, and whatever? As I go along, I'm learning. So, hopefully, on my next video, I'm figuring out what's next. But right now, the most important thing is health. And I heard the one I said, no amount of time, no amount of money could buy you time. A second of time. I think Iron Man said that. And then another wise man said, it doesn't matter if you're the richest person in your neighborhood. If you're not healthy, you're the poorest one. And success is a measure of where you want to be. It's not the material things, it's not the money. Trust me on this one. It's the journey you took to get the things that you want, the things that you love, whether big or small. So, again, my name is Arthur Manavat, aka Alkaline Man, aka Arthur Pogi. So, till next time. Thank you, guys.